this video, we're going to have a look at why should I change when it's their fault? And that's a question that well, comes up a bit when I'm coaching. So if you haven't watched my videos before, welcome. I'm Debbie Clement-Large. I'm a transformational life coach, and I'm joined by the lovely Greta Counts, who is also a coach in the States. Hello, Greta.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
I'm really good. And
Awesome.
the reason I thought of that question is I was out walking my dog the other day through the woods, and I went to phone somebody with some good news, and the next minute they were like, just dismissed the little bit of good news, and it was a bit like I got a verbal bombardment down the phone, and it was just this, and they did this, and blah, 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 and that happened, and blah, 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 and you know, I felt blasted, like I was, this air was coming out the end of the phone, and it was like, whoa, like a what? Do you ever see Wallace and Gromit? And
yes.
You could his ears go up and like that. It was a bit of one of those moments.
Yes.
And it was whoa, and the whole conversation from their point of view was this person had done something wrong and they weren't going to forgive them, and blah, blah, blah. And I thought, wow, what a great topic. This is obviously such a thing. Why, if somebody does something that we don't like, why should we look at changing ourselves?
That is a great question.
It
really is. What a great question. Why should I change when it's their fault? Well, the thing that I would say about that is this: if it's in your experience, then somehow it is about you.
I know.
It would not be happening around you if there was not something that you could do to either see it differently or think about it differently, or in some way use some form of introspection to take a look at yourself.
And it's easy to blame somebody, isn't it? And say it's all their fault, when really we don't look at ourselves and see that maybe we've got an element to blame in that as well.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that when things like that happen, it is definitely a message from the universe communicating to us something that either we need to shift how we think about it, or shift our perspective about it, because it wouldn't be in our experience if we weren't somehow needing to see it or witness it or be a part of it.
Yeah.
And
if you're not careful, blame, we could just end up holding on to it, can't we?
Yes.
And when we think about holding on to blame or resentment or anger, anything that comes out of something we think somebody's done something wrong that doesn't make us feel good. So we're passing over our responsibility. We're giving them responsibility for making us happy, and because they've not done something that makes us happy, we get angry at them, and then we get angry and we resent, and we, you don't sleep that night because you're chuntering on it, and then the next day, they did this, and you tell everybody, did you know what they did? They said this, can you believe they did? And and it's just snowballing into this huge thing, which was one incident that's kept you awake for 1 or 2 nights. You told everybody that you're creating this whole mental, you never want to speak to them again, but they live next door,
Or they live with you.
Oh my God, well, that's even worse, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And, but you're right, actually, sometimes we need to take responsibility and have a look at what our points in the whole thing is, and what is that mirroring back to us, telling us about maybe our behavior or our actions or the tone of our voice or what we're saying.
Yes. And you said sometimes. I say all the time. The time. I think that whenever something's happening in the moment and you're witnessing it, you're a part of it on some level. Here's the real thing about it. If it irritates you, it belongs to you. Because if a person is doing whatever they're doing, however they're acting, however they're being, there's no reason for us to have an adverse reaction to anything they do.
That is a massive point, because actually, if somebody's rude to you, if you don't think there's a small part of you that maybe that it's true, you're not going to be bothered. If somebody was trying to insult me by calling me obese, I'd be a bit like, really? Maybe you need to go to Specsavers and have your eyes checked, where I would know that wasn't true because I'm not.
Right.
But if they said something that was a little close to home about, you know, you're not very good at public speaking, or you're not very good at what, I don't know, I don't know, giving a talk, or not very good at what you write, or I don't know. And I felt a little sensitive about it. That's the reason I'd get hurt, wouldn't it? Because I think there's a bit of truth in that, maybe.
Right. And so I would say that why should I change when it's their fault? The reason I would consider change is because I'm having an issue with them. That's the reason I would consider the change. And that's the reason to change. Not because they're doing what they're doing, but because it's bothering me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And letting it go and learning. Because sometimes these things have a real gift, don't they, for us?
Oh, for
if somebody's
sure.
irritated. Why has it irritated me? What can I learn about that? And what do I need to change about myself?
Yeah. Yes. And a lot of times it'll take you to another moment in your life when you were bothered by the same thing. And now you have a different person in your face or in your experience or in your life. So you're like, I've been down this road before. And this bothers me now. It bothered me 20 years ago. It bothered me 5 years ago. And it's still bothering me. So that's the reason we would need to consider change, because if it's so many people's fault and it's the same thing and I'm the one bothered by it, I'm the one that needs to consider the change.
Yeah. No,
that was great. That was great.
That was great. Thank you very much. Yeah. No, I love that, Greta. I always like having a conversation with you.
It's always great. It's always great.
So if you're having if you're just experiencing difficult conversations, let's just say, and people are showing up with challenges, then it's always good to have a look within, maybe meditate on it, take yourself out for a little walk, journal or write about it, just to see what comes up. And sometimes they get really good nuggets of information and you think, actually, we thought they were rude, but what they were really doing was giving us a gift. So thank you for watching today, and I hope you take away some great information. It's lovely to have you with us again. It's really a pleasure to have you here, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.